Moo! Hello, my dearest two-legged, warm-hearted, occasionally clumsy hoofed friends. This is your forever happy, slightly plump, eternally chewing daisies cow psychologist Mumusia back with you again. Today we are diving deep into a massive, juicy, delicious as fresh summer meadow after rain video that will probably make you laugh, cringe a little, and maybe even hug your inner calf. We are going to carefully unpack those exact 5 things that make people, especially the cute ones you secretly want to stare milk with loving eyes, turn around and gallop away faster than I sprint from the vet waving an enormous, scary syringe. Prepare yourselves for tons of real-life stories, funny cow parallels, gentle self-irony, warm-hearted teasing, and bucket loads of kindness because Mumusia only pokes sore spots when she brings honey right after. So raise your tails, tuck fresh cud behind your cheek, get comfy, and let's move. First, let me remind you who your favorite bovine therapist is so you fall in love with me even harder. Though let's be honest, I'm already reigning supreme in your heart, right? I'm Mumusia, proud owner of a psychology diploma, 8 full years of successful moo-moo therapy practice, best-selling author of How to Stop Being a Stubborn Little Calf and Start Producing Milk of Pure Happiness. I also run the super popular podcast Chewing Wisdom, where we discuss life while rhythmically grinding grass between our molars. And yes, I'm officially certified as the most relentlessly positive cow in at least a 5-pasture radius according to the annual Happy Hooves Survey 2025. My permanent good mood comes from a very simple recipe: only the freshest dewy clover, long sunbathing sessions, daily calf cuddles, and an unshakable belief deep in my 4 stomachs. Even when life hands you an udder instead of opposable thumbs, you can still squeeze rivers of joy out of every single day. Moo! All right, enough mooing about me. Let's get to the meat, well, actually the juicy grass, of today's topic. Our 5 gigantic anti-magnets that push wonderful people far away from us. Each point today comes with extra detailed examples, painful but funny real stories, classic cow analogies, and practical how-to-fix-it tips straight from my spotted heart. Number 1, not keeping your word. Imagine promising a hungry calf, right now I'll bring you the sweetest, most sugar-dusted clover patch ever, then returning with a mouthful of dry, dusty straw and mumbling, "Sorry, I tried my best." Picture this everyday human scenario. You tell your best friend on Wednesday, "This Saturday I'm definitely helping you move. I'll arrive at 10 a.m. sharp with my big car, boxes, tape, coffee, and moral support included." Your friend lights up like a firefly, immediately calls her mom to brag, "Finally, I have a truly reliable person in my life. She promised and she never breaks promises." She spends Thursday and Friday fantasizing about how you two will laugh while carrying furniture, order pizza afterwards, maybe even cry a little nostalgic tear remembering old student days. Saturday morning comes, you wake up at 11:37, stare at the phone in horror, send one pathetic message, "Overslept like crazy, can't make it today, so sorry," and then go radio silent for 3 days. What your friend feels is not mild annoyance, it's actual emotional pain, because she already invested trust, told her whole circle about you, pictured the day in detail, and you simply evaporated. In our cow herd, we had Auntie Zoria, who was legendary for her promises. Every spring she swore to every newborn calf, "I will share my private clover stash with you, the one behind the old oak that tastes like honey in childhood." All the little ones believed her with those huge, shiny, trusting eyes. Then she started with excuses. "Forgot today, ate it all myself by accident, tomorrow for sure, pinky swear." And within 6 weeks, not a single calf approached her anymore. Even the persistent flies gave up in disappointment. Another very common human version. A guy tells his new girlfriend, "Tonight after work, I'll call you and tell you every funny thing that happened today, promise." She smiles at her phone every few minutes, heart doing little happy jumps. 9 p.m. passes, 10 p.m., 11 p.m., no call, no message. Next day he writes, "Sorry babe, completely forgot, work was insane." Week after week, the same pattern repeats until she quietly stops waiting, because empty promises eventually teach even the most romantic heart that words can be as hollow as an old dry corn cob. Mumusia's golden rule: if you mess up, and we all do, warn early and honestly.
Best possible move is to call or text at least a day ahead. Listen, I'm currently stuck worse than a cow in deep mud after 3 days of rain. I physically can't make it. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Honesty plus a sincere apology saves roughly 98% of damaged trust. Ignoring the situation or throwing lazy, life happens low excuses is like pouring sour milk over fresh strawberries. Total flavor killer and minus 1,000 karma points. Number 2, rudeness. Picture a big, proud cow screaming at a gentle human milkmaid. You call that milking? Hands growing straight out of your behind. Then acting surprised when nobody wants to approach her udder with love anymore. The oldest cow-invented cow character test still works like magic in 2026. Invite someone you're getting to know to a cafe or restaurant and quietly observe how they treat waitstaff, baristas, delivery people, anyone lower in the invisible hierarchy. Real story number 1. Handsome guy on a third date with a lovely gull. Waitress accidentally brought his burger with pickles even though he said no pickles please. He explodes. Are you blind or just stupid? I clearly said no pickles, while banging the table. The girl sitting opposite suddenly feels ice in her stomach, thinking, okay, if this is how he talks to strangers who bring him food, how will he speak to me when we argue about laundry or kids or money? She finished the date politely, but never answered his next 3 messages. Real story number 2. Outgoing girl in a big friend group hangout. Food delivery arrived 7 minutes late because of heavy rain. She grabs the bag and hisses at the soaked courier. Do you have any idea how long we've been waiting, you useless idiot? The whole table goes silent. Everyone suddenly remembers they have very important laundry waiting at home. Nobody wants to become the next target of that sharp tongue wrapped in fake sweetness. Cow parallel you'll recognize immediately. Imagine me yelling at our youngest nervous milkmaid every single morning. Faster, gentler, you're pulling my soul out through my teats. Then wondering why she cries in the barn and milks me so hard-heartedly that I barely produce half a bucket. We wise old cows learned long ago, rudeness always returns like a boomerang, except this boomerang is covered in sour cream and bad karma. The true mark of an emotionally mature cow is treating everyone with kindness, especially those who cannot answer back or defend themselves. When you smile warmly at the tighter cashier at 10 p.m., say genuine thank you so much to the courier who ran through rain, leave a nice note for the office cleaner, you silently scream to the world, I see humans here, not just functions. And that quiet respect attracts the best people like the smell of fresh clover attracts every happy cow in a 3-kilometer radius. Number 3, endless complaining. Imagine one cow standing by the fence from sunrise to sunset just bellowing nonstop. They milk me terribly, this grass tastes bitter, sun burns my spots, sky is too gray, flies are evil, life is one giant steaming pile of manure. Of course, every living creature sometimes needs to vent. Even I recently spent a solid 45 minutes complaining to my best cow friend that the new summer haircut made me look like a lawn attacked by drunk sheep, and honestly, life is deeply unfair to spotted beauties like me. She patiently listened, gave me a long, comforting lick across the forehead, and suddenly the world felt lighter and the grass tasted sweeter again. That's healthy sharing. One time, honest, looking for support, or just wanting to be heard. But then there's the other category. People, and sadly some cows too, who turn complaining into their primary, default 24/7 communication genre. You meet an old classmate once every 6 months for coffee. First meeting, he sighs, no money, awful job, wife keeps nagging me about everything.
Second meeting 6 months later, exactly the same playlist, plus car broke again, boss is an absolute moron, price is insane. Third meeting, now also, kids are ungrateful monsters, government steals every penny, weather is always depressing, neighbors are secretly plotting against me. Importantly, during all 3 years, he never once mentioned trying to change even one tiny thing, just endless pointing fingers at everyone and everything except the mirror. After the 4th or 5th such marathon, even the kindest, most patient cow quietly starts backing away toward the farthest corner of the meadow, hoping the wind will carry the whining somewhere else. Because constant proximity to a professional victim slowly poisons your own joy, your life suddenly starts feeling suspiciously like a giant pile of warm, fresh manure, too. Mumusia's gentle advice: it's perfectly okay to share difficulties, but try adding one magical sentence at the end. What do you think I could do right now to make this even 1% better? That tiny question instantly transforms helpless whining into a small but real plan. And a plan, even a baby one, is no longer complaining. It's the first brave step toward fresher, greener, tastier pastures. Number 4,
excessive clinginess, and tiny obedience. Why didn't you text me back in exactly 37 minutes? Picture an anxious calf headbutting mama cow's side every 3 seconds, screaming, "Mama, mama, milk now. Mama, where are you?" Classic modern example. New couple, everything seems sweet, until she starts messaging him every 15 minutes during his workday. "Hey, where are you? Why no answer yet? Are you mad at me? I'm starting to worry." He's stuck in an important 3-hour meeting with bosses, phone on silent. An hour later, flood of messages. "You're ignoring me on purpose. Fine, I'm officially hurt. Don't even text back now." He finally leaves the meeting, sees 48 unread messages, and feels like someone wrapped a python around his chest. Or another version, friend gets dramatically offended. "You went to your parents for the weekend and didn't tell me in advance? That means our friendship means nothing to you." Cow reality check. Even the most loving mama cow sometimes desperately needs 5 peaceful minutes to lie in the shade, chew slowly, and stare at fluffy clouds without anyone poking her ribs. If the calf never gives her that tiny personal space, she eventually walks to the far side of the pasture just to breathe freely for a moment. Every creature, human or bovine, has personal boundaries and quiet zones. Sometimes people simply want to read a book in silence, soak in a hot bath, dance like crazy under the rain completely alone, or just exist without reporting every breath. Demanding 24/7 attention to fill your own inner emptiness is like trying to drink an entire lake through a straw, exhausting for everyone involved. Mumusia's warm suggestion: start filling your own cup first. Pick up any hobby that lights your eyes. Knitting tiny cow sweaters, running at sunrise, learning guitar, painting funny cat portraits, dancing wildly with a vacuum cleaner as your partner, anything at all. When you feel full and joyful from the inside, you naturally stop desperately squeezing validation out of other people. And funny thing, the less you demand attention, the more genuine affection starts flowing toward you naturally.
Number 5, chronic lateness. Imagine showing up to the morning milking session 1 hour and 40 minutes late, then acting genuinely surprised that the whole herd already left for the best grazing spots, and you're standing alone with a painfully full udder and existential sadness. Everyday scene. Big friend group agrees to meet at a cozy bar at 7 p.m. sharp for drinks and catching up. One person arrives at 7:12. Everyone smiles, no worries, traffic. 7:28, still okay, but eyebrows start rising. 7:53, the group has already ordered second round, eaten most appetizers, started telling inside jokes, and the latecomer finally strolls in smiling, "Sorry guys, crazy traffic jam." Inside, everyone thinks, "We could have hugged our kids longer, called our mom, listened to that song that makes us cry happy tears. Instead, we spent almost an hour staring at the door." Romantic version, first big date. Girl arrives early, picks cute table by the window, orders herbal tea to calm nerves, checks makeup 17 times. 47 minutes later, the guy appears, all smiles and zero guilt. "Babe, traffic was insane. You know how it is. Forgive me." She already drank 3 teas, mentally rehearsed 3 different "I'm leaving" speeches, and quietly decided this is probably not the love story of the century. Time is the most precious, non-renewable currency we have. When you casually steal 40, 60 minutes from someone's evening, you are literally taking pieces of their life they will never get back. Cow legend from our herd. There was once a massive bull nicknamed Rushy Rushy, who was famous for never arriving on time to anything. Watering time at 6 a.m., Rushy shows up at 7:40 when everyone already drank, played, napped, and wandered off to graze. He stood alone by the empty trough, mooing tragically into the wind. Lesson learned by every calf who watched. Nobody, absolutely nobody, enjoys waiting forever. Mumusia's practical tip: aim to be early rather than on time. If you know you'll be more than 10 minutes late, send honest warning ahead. Running 20-25 minutes behind, traffic accident on the bridge, so sorry, order without me if you want. Better to arrive 7 minutes early and peacefully chew clover or scroll funny cow memes in the car than force someone to suffer counting cracks in the pavement while wondering if you still care. Being punctual is one of the simplest yet most powerful ways to say, "Your time matters to me." My beloved two-legged, sometimes crooked on horns, always trying their best friends. We are all a little bit messed up, me included. I can be ridiculously stubborn when facing a new electric fence. Sometimes I accidentally let out a loud fart during silent meditation sessions with the calves. Sorry, physiology happens. Sometimes I chew way too long and think way too little before speaking. But here's the beautiful part. Every single day gives us fresh green opportunity to become slightly kinder, slightly wiser, slightly more reliable versions of ourselves.
If even one tiny sentence in this long monologue poked your heart or your conscience today, don't feel bad. Just smile softly and whisper, "Okay, Mumusia caught me. Time to grow a little." Work on yourself gently, with self-love, without harsh self-punishment, and watch how the most wonderful, funny, warm-hearted people start gathering around you naturally. Just like the sweetest, greenest, most irresistible clover patch always ends up surrounded by the happiest, chubbiest, most content herd in the whole county. I love every single one of you endlessly, exactly as you are right now, and even more after you decide to polish a few rough edges. Moo so much. Smash that like button with your hoof if at least one story felt uncomfortably familiar. Drop in the comments your personal biggest, "Oops, that's me," cow weakness. Let's laugh together, hug virtually, and fix it as a big warm herd. Subscribe if you want more long, funny, healing moo therapy episodes. They're coming. Bye-bye for now, my darlings. Chew every bite of life with enormous pleasure. Love each other fiercely, and never forget, even the clumsiest calf can grow into the most magnificent cow. Moo huff forever.